Only over 55 programs because we want to make sure that you're able to do or focus, okay, on your expertise. So we don't have a lot of programs because we want to make sure that you'll be connected to the industry. And some of these programs will have co-op, internship, or placement. Just to add what Martini discussed about the RNIP, the idea here is for you to study in Sault Ste. Marie or in Sault College for 2 years or more. After graduation, you need to look for a job in the community. So it should be a full-time job offer. So after that, if you have that, then you can do your assessment with the Economic Development Corporation of Sault Ste. Marie. So that's the community. If you pass, they will be the one to refer you to IRCC for the PR. So we're the first community to offer RNIP, also the first community to receive successful PR applicants for graduates of Sault College.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So you can check the link, welcome to ssm.com/RNIP, or you can always talk to Martini about this. Okay. So that's just the idea. Once again, this is just one of the many permanent residency pathway that you can choose. But we fully support the local government for this, and we know that most of our students will be very much able to integrate with RNIP. Okay, so for the support, a while ago it was discussed about the part-time job. So you can do part-time in off-campus, 20 hours, and then you can add 10 hours on campus. So that's a total of 30 hours. Yes. Yes.
Wait, maybe
so
you
that's
can
during the semester.
explain a little bit further because most of them know only, for example,
the 20
maximum.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Canada, it really depends on the college or the school if they will offer part. But you can still add 20 hours off campus. So some of the colleges, it will be up to 5 hours. Some will be up to 15 hours. For others, you can do like full-time, part-time job on campus. Okay, so it really depends on the college. But for Sault, you can have that, or you can apply for 10 hours on campus and then 20 hours off campus simultaneously. So that's 30 hours per week during the semester.
That's good, right?
Okay. So for Ontario, I think right now the minimum wage is 15.50 or 15.60
around.
Yes, per hour. All right. Please take note that although I know Australia has a really good hourly wage, but please take note of the standard of living or the cost of living.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It is.
In Australia,
It's
you can get high salary, but you spend more
yeah.
because high cost of living. Really? Are you sure?
It depends on your lifestyle, actually.
Okay.
That's true as well. I agree with that. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Right. So if you're in the college, we already have the Student Jobs Center. You need to go here if you want to do employment. Okay. So most of our Southeast Asian students, they're still pretty shy when they get to Sault College, but the departments are just there. You just need to enter and then you just need to ask for assistance. Okay?
Jadi bisa dibilang tadi itu bisa membantu kalian kalau misalnya kalian butuh guidelines untuk karir selanjutnya ataupun mungkin guidance apa gitu. Ke situ aja, itu memang fasilitas dari kampus.
Okay, so after graduation, you can still depend to us because we have the Employment Solutions Department. So this is funded by the federal government and the provincial government to make sure that you will be connected to employers across the community, across Ontario, even across Canada. Remember, you have your PGWP after graduation, so you can use that across Canada. But of course, we wanted you to stay in Sault. If not, then it's really up to you. Anyway, that's legal, you can use it across Canada. Right? So these are just few of the local employers across Sault Ste. Marie. the Sault Ste. Marie. There are more across Algoma district. So as you can see, they're very local. They are just there in Northern Ontario. Okay, so there are more because we do mini job fairs and annual job fairs. Okay, so we do that a lot to make sure that our students will have part-time jobs, and of course our graduates will be employed.
Wow, the school will help.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We
Okay.
want to make sure that all of the activities, and also we want to make sure that the employers will also be, integrated in the college because they need people. They need people to work. So
They need people.
they don't have
Sacrifice.
any choice. They don't have any choice but to go to our college to do recruitments. Okay? So now we have accommodation, but this is only in the main campus in Sault Ste. Marie. The price is 1 academic year. 1 academic year in Canada is 8 months. Yes. So 4 months for 1 semester. Second semester will be 4 months as well. Okay, so this is, it will depend on the intake. The price here is 6,200 Canadian dollars is for this fall intake. January and then May will be a little bit cheaper. No, it's cheaper, yes. Because fall is the start of the school year.
Fall is the
Yeah.
most favorite
Yes.
intake.
So that's why it's a
Tiket
little bit
semua
higher.
mahal untuk fall.
Yeah.
Rent
So we
juga.
get more earlier and then studying
So
later.
no, you should choose winter right now.
Okay, so more on the accommodation. If you don't want the residence, we can assist you with homestay. But it's ideal for, high school graduates or single. Yeah. Or, of course, off-campus housing. So we have our housing team who can assist you for off-campus housing. For Toronto and Brampton, we don't have a residence, but we have a dedicated team for you to look over Brampton or Toronto. But please make sure that if you choose Toronto and Brampton, it will be close. Your accommodation should be close to the college. Because if we say Toronto, most of the time, people will understand Greater Toronto Area, which is around 5 cities, 4 or 5 cities. Okay, so it's a really huge place. Okay. Now let's go to our programs. So we offer undergraduate, college certificate, that's 1 year. We have diploma, advanced diploma, and then bachelor's degree. Okay, so as you can see, we have almost all of the departments probably that will interest you. Mostly for Indonesian students, it will be business, culinary management, engineering technology, a little bit of health. Okay, so health will cover practical nursing, okay, PTA, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and media and design. So media and design will also cover digital film production and graphic design. Okay, so you can see it in the brochure. So we have 3 intakes in a year. This is true across Ontario. January, winter, spring, or summer is May, and fall is for September. So for next year, we're already closed for the January intake.
Does it,
Unfortunately.
does it mean that it's already full?
Yes, it's full from new applications and from referrals as well. We might open for very few programs in the main campus for January, but I'm not sure. It really depends on your visa processing.
So the
Yeah.
closest one will be in spring or summer?
Yes.
Okay.
So we will open our May intake by the end of this month.
Okay.
So please take note, in Canada, we have very few intakes, very few seats. That's why you need to process at least 6 months before the start, before the start of the intake or the semester. Yeah, because you will need to consider your visa. Visa in Canada right now takes a long time.
2 months. 2 months.
So, and of course your preparation,
Because overload.
etc.
So many people want to come to Canada right now.
So, yeah. And please take note, that's why we have the intakes. Not all of the programs will be offered on all of the intakes. Okay, so but for fall, because that's the start of the academic year, most of the programs will be offered during fall. Okay, so these are just some of the programs highlight here. So we only have two bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Bachelor of Engineering Mechatronics. Okay, so for these two programs, as long as you're a graduate of high school, 12 years in Indonesia, you can definitely check with us if you can apply because we will just need the subjects. Of course, we will need the English. We will discuss this later. But don't worry, it's not very tough. Because we want to make sure that we have diversity in the classroom. Okay, so you can see the co-op, number of hours, as well as the placement. The difference is for the co-op, it's paid. The placement is not paid. So if your program, for example, civil engineering technician, it has a co-op, that's paid, you need to look for an employer. We have partner employers, but you need to look for an employer for your co-op. And if, for example, your program is early childhood that has a placement, we have placement officers, placement centers that can assist you for your placement. So if your program has this co-op placement or internship, you need to finish them in order to graduate. You don't need additional semester because it's part of the curriculum. All right? So as you can see, some of the programs will be offered during January or May, okay? But mostly for January or May, the target is Toronto campuses. Okay, so for the main campus, it will be September, fall intake or September. So I'm not sure if there is anyone here interested for graphic design, but just a note, graphic design in Ontario is always advanced diploma, which means 3 years. Okay, so for advanced diploma, 3 years. But we compress it to 2 years. However, you will still receive your credential as advanced diploma.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
so
nice.
And we don't require portfolio. Okay, so we just need to make sure that your academic documents are complete. Okay, so for the 2+2, if you want to pursue bachelor's in our local university, Algoma, you can do 2 years in Sault and then another 2 years in Algoma to receive the bachelor's degree. Yeah. So other universities that you can check in our website. So if you don't want these universities, you can definitely check with Ontario Transfer. So if you do Ontario Transfer, it will tell you how many credits are you going to get from Sault College if you're going to move, let's say, U of T or Waterloo, because for Waterloo, some of the programs will not be included, especially computer or engineering. Okay? So if you're aiming for Waterloo for engineering or computer programs, I would suggest that you do the university transfer if you cannot make it direct. Okay? So for the graduate certificate, our requirement here is either your associate degree, 3 years, or diploma, 3 years, or bachelor's degree. Okay, so you can apply to any of the graduate certificate programs, again, depending on the program. So we have business, engineering, technology, health sciences, IT, and natural environment. So the 1+1 here is taking 2 one-year graduate certificate in order for you to qualify for up to 3-year PGWP. Again, we want to highlight up to 3 years because it will really depend on IRCC how many years they're going to give you. Okay, so a while ago, Martini discussed that if you take 2 years of, for example, diploma, that will give you generally 3 years of PGWP. So for the 1+1, it will depend to IRCC if it's 2 years or 3 years. So that's why it's up to 3-year PGWP. Okay, so these are some of the programs under the graduate certificate program. If you're aiming for automated manufacturing, robotics, or construction, you need to be an engineering graduate. So anything related to manufacturing or engineering. Okay, so if you're aiming for healthcare leadership or health informatics, you need to be a healthcare graduate. For health informatics, we also accept IT or computer graduates. Network architecture and cybersecurity is for IT computer graduates. And the business, hospitality and supply chain, it's open to any degree. Okay? So anything related to business, it's open. But for the others, especially for health-related or for the bridging program for nurses, then you need to be a graduate of nursing or health. Okay, so as you can see, it's all 1 year. We only have 3 programs, that is 2 years. So for the cybersecurity and the healthcare leadership, these are only offered in Toronto and Brampton campuses. It's not offered in the main campus. Okay. Okay, so for the fees, for admissions, we will need your high school, college. Anyway, EOS is very good when it comes to documentation. Please provide them all of these documents if you're applying to the different programs. It's really up to you if it's the diploma or the graduate certificate. Okay, so for the English competency, we accept all of this, even Duolingo. For the IELTS, if it's diploma, advanced diploma, then it will be 6, no band lower than 5.5. Graduate certificate, 6.5, no band lower than 6. So you have this course there for Duolingo. If you're applying for bachelor's, then it depends. I think it's 6, overall 6 or higher for the bachelor's degree. Okay. All right, so for the tuition fee, it will depend on your program. Okay, so it's 2 years. Our payment term is 3 term. So first payment deposit is 1,500 Canadian dollars. That's part of the first semester tuition fees. And then the second payment is the remaining first semester tuition fees. You need to pay that before you process your visa. For the second semester payment, you can pay that once you are in Canada. Okay? So for this one, it will include ancillary and tuition fees. Ancillary is like miscellaneous fees. It will include your health insurance for 1 year. Okay? So ancillary will not include your books. You need to check your books once you are in campus. So other living costs that you might want to consider, for Toronto, it can go up to 15,000 Canadian dollars per year. It really depends on you. For Sault Ste. Marie, up to 9,500 Canadian dollars per year. Okay? So don't worry, this is not in USD. This is in Canadian. Okay, so for our entry scholarship, we have 1,500 Canadian dollars. This is automatic. Once you apply to EOS, and then you receive your letter of acceptance, then we will deduct the 1,500 Canadian dollars. So for the language, you need to have IELTS Academic 6 on all bands or higher, and we will deduct the 1,000 Canadian dollars. So that's a total of 2,500 Canadian dollars.
Jadi itu scholarship tambahan kalau misalnya kalian ke Sault College, khusus dari kita ada scholarshipnya 1.500 untuk semua program ya, all programs. Dan kalau misalnya kalian language testnya itu memenuhi syarat seperti di sini nih untuk IELTS-nya, ada tambahan $1.000 lagi. Jadi totalnya bisa 2.500. Bisa untuk hidup di Kanada ya, sebulanan lebih. Okay.
Okay, so actually across Ontario, we're one of the, I think, 3 or 4 colleges who offer automatic entry scholarship. Yeah. Okay, so this might change. It might be higher by fall 2023. But for now, this is our entry scholarships. And for the January 2023, we will reopen for mechanical engineering technician manufacturing. If you're applying, then you will get additional 1,000 Canadian dollars. And if you're a female, additional 1,000 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
Yes.
Female.
Yes, for this program. Okay, so I'm sorry, but this is because this happened during the Women's Month when we did this promotion. So, and we have less girls and women who go to the engineering technology programs. opportunities. That's why we offer scholarship for them. Right? So for the academic scholarship, the bursaries for the second semester, second year, you can check in once you are in the college. Okay, so it will depend on your performance.
Oh, it means ada scholarship tambahan buat kalian kalau misalnya nanti kalian udah di sana belajar, and then second semester nilai kalian bagus, kalian bisa meet requirements departmentnya. Misalnya mau nanya ini kira-kira saya eligible nggak untuk dapetin scholarship. Jadi can be do like that. Okay. In Sault College, many scholarship. Okay.
Bursary. I'm sorry, maybe you're wondering because I always get this question. Do you have like 50% or full scholarship? No, because the terms will be different if you're going to apply for 50% or full scholarship. You need to come back to Indonesia, okay, after your studies. You might not be able to qualify for the PGWP, okay, so you might not be able to bring your spouse. So the terms will be totally different.
Ya, jadi kalau buat yang full scholarship itu biasanya, kenapa banyak jadinya klien yang misalnya datang gitu kan tanya, ada nggak yang full scholarship kak segala macam gitu? Ada sebenarnya, tapi kalian harus come back to Indonesia. Jadi kayak ikatannya itu memang harus seperti itu. You cannot stay there. Nah, karena sebagian dari kalian do not want to come back, ya nggak? Betul nggak? Of course I know. Nah, jadi I never give that over. Nggak pernah tawarin gitu loh, karena itu percuma. Karena tahu pasti, ya lebih pilih bayarlah. Iya kan, udah sampai sana gitu. Okay.
Yeah, and mostly universities will have those scholarships. It's huge scholarships because their tuition fee is also very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is an ASEAN, just in case you're interested. It's really fine because we also want to support the government of Canada for this scholarship. It's a full scholarship though. It's the ASEAN or the SEED scholarship, Canada ASEAN scholarship. But you need to apply online to check that, okay? So the application will be totally different, but you will still need EOS for the visa. But it will take you maybe more than a year, okay? So that's why. So yes, you need to spend for your tuition fees and living costs because the pathway to permanent residency is pretty clear and pretty good in Canada. So that's why. Okay, so I think that's all for me. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. There. So you can visit us in our social media pages. But please make sure that if you start your application, you start with EOS. We always prefer to work with our partner agents because we want them to connect to you directly. Okay? If you will connect to the college in our international or admissions, they will bring back your email to me and I will bring it back to EOS. Okay, so please make sure that you connect with Martini. If you want me to be there during your sessions, even just online, please let her know. We can definitely schedule it. Okay, so I think we're good. Yeah, for the questions. Thank you very
much, Farlan. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Any question right now? You wanna ask a question?
Just before that, I just missed the one that's in Toronto or somewhere. There is a satellite.
Oh, Toronto and
It's
Brampton.
online, you mean, right?
Oh, no.
No.
We
it's
don't-
mixed, like
Mixed students,
Student,
yes. So for the delivery, we don't have any more online deliveries. Yeah, because according to IRCC, online deliveries will stop this August. Yeah.
They start doing offline for all schools.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions maybe?
Any other questions?
Pak Ferry? Okay.
Yes.
Before,
Wait.
there's a slide about student residents.
Make it
Yes.
Before, there's a slide about student residents, right? And this one is 6,200, included a voluntary meal plan.
Oh no, a voluntary meal plan, it's up to you if you want to include it. It's not included in the price. If you want to include the meals, that's 1,400 to 1,600 Canadian dollars per year. So that will cover all the 3 meals in a day.
Tanya aja soal tadi buah keluarga gitu ya. Kalau tadi kan kalau misalnya saya nih, saya tadi gitu ya, saya belajar. Pasangan kan bisa work full time tuh ya.
Betul.
Nah, untuk yang work full time ini apakah dia perlu IELTS atau semacamnya lagi atau bisa langsung kerja?
Nggak perlu IELTS. Jadi yang dibilang perlu IELTS tuh nanti ketika kalian mau apply permanent resident. Karena untuk apply permanent resident tuh kalau pasangan itu bisa mensupport skor kita. Contoh kita skornya IELTS-nya sekian, lalu pasangan sekian, pasangan ternyata tinggi IELTS-nya, itu nambah skor.
Oke, terus kalau misalnya yang pasangan yang kerja nih, yang full time gitu, itu masih perlu LMI nggak sih sebenarnya?
Enggak, kalau udah open work permit nggak perlu. Jadi bebas langsung lamar kerja aja, langsung bahkan bisa bawa CV resume dari sini pengalaman kerja, siapa tahu mereka bisa terima juga. Gitu. Oke. Seru nih kayaknya banyak yang nanya ya.
Enggak.
Saya senang banyak yang nanya.
Bukan.
Oh, apa dong?
Biasanya pertanyaan dari yang lain, kita baru ngeh ada pertanyaan.
Oke, betul itu betul banget. Baru floating ya kayaknya.
Nah, untuk yang punya pengalaman kerja, gitu. Kalau yang misalnya pengalaman di Indonesia kan banyak ya, business person itu nggak perlu kayak wah kayak di luar negeri gitu kan.
Iya.
Misalnya kita wira swasta, itu gimana bikinnya? Bikin
Resumenya.
Ya, resumenya itu.
Sebenarnya gini, honestly, Kanada itu tidak terlalu memandang business owner. So sad. Jadi kayak saya nih, for example, business owner atau mungkin kakak nih business owner gitu kan. Nah itu agak little bit mereka memandang agak susah ya. Paling kita bisanya masukin itu misalnya contohnya ini bisnis keluarga. Lalu kita kerja dengan papa kita.
Oh, bisa juga.
Trik-triknya seperti itu. Jadi nanti ada employment letter dari keluarga. Karena kan kalau bisnis keluarga itu memang bisa dikerjakan oleh keluarga sendiri juga, circle-circle-nya keluarga. Seperti itu. At least kita sebutkan pengalaman kita di bidang tersebut apa. Nah seperti itu. Karena mereka nggak terlalu mengakui wira swasta. Karena bagi Kanada itu reference itu sangat-sangat penting. Jadi misalnya habis kerja di sini, mereka mau lompat ke another job, they need reference from the older boss, for example. Tapi bisa diatasi. Oke. Nggak perlu khawatir. I will guide you. Okay. And then anybody else?
What about the opportunity of the spouse after the misalkan work graduate after finish the graduate? Will the spouse still get the work permit or does he have to wait for another permit?
Jadi, I know. Jadi kalau misalnya spouse-nya itu study and the other one itu open work permit, mereka masih bisa terus melanjutkan open work permit-nya dengan syarat untuk si spouse yang study ini mereka keterima kerjanya itu di NOC tertentu. Jadi NOC O, A, and B. That's right? Yeah. So C cannot. C or D you cannot. Jadi spouse ketika PGWP harus keterima work di NOC O, A, or B. Skilled worker, bukan kerja.
Very low.
Yeah?
See, I think you'll be able to get a job that is not under C.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think
Yeah.
most of our students.
Yeah, because you already have credential for your university or college, and the school also will help you in the student career, so no need to worry. Karena kalau misalnya dapatnya yang amit-amit dia dapat skill sih ya open work permit harus pulang. Atau gantian sekolah worst case-nya. Tapi so far nggak pernah sih ada yang begitu. Karena kan ada credential juga.
What about during the time until she gets the job for the spouse while waiting their
PGWP.
yeah,
There is a gap sih. a gap karena kan misalnya kalau kita graduate kita kan terima ijazah nggak langsung keluar, for example paling lama sebulan, itu kita ada gap around how many months ya Fair after the graduation? 3 months, is it true?
Because
For a
processing is up to 150 days for the PGWP.
The processing time-nya itu sampai
Yeah, to
100
receive the PGWPs until
150 days. Jadi ya 150 days around 5 months ya.
Yes, but most of them will process up to 90 days.
Nah,
Just to be sure.
yeah, most of them will get in 3 months. Sering banget kayak kemarin ada Randy James juga itu di Windsor, he get in not more than 3 months. Itu se-worst-worstnya sih 5 months, tapi itu jarang.
How about the spouse work?
Still work.
Yeah.
They can still work.
Still work.
Okay.
Jadi itu ada yang disebut dengan visa apa sih, implement status or what is that? I forgot. Jadi
like that,
something
yeah.
like that, implemented status or what. Jadi dimana kita waiting until the PGWP is finished.
Yes.
Saya bridging.
Hah?
Bridging visa.
Bridging visa ya almost the same like that lah. Jadi pemerintah Kanada nggak jahat-jahat juga lah. Maksudnya habis langsung dapat langsung cut gitu nggak juga. Jadi karena ada processing time-nya juga. Jadi don't need to worries lah. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else before we close this one and do the one-on-one consultation, and maybe some of you want to take deposit, want to put some deposit because there are some beneficial for that. Okay, thank
Yes, I
you.
want to ask for the sponsorship for the spouse.
You.
Yeah. Is it have to be 5 years as a PR that I can get sponsorship to my wife, or is there any shorter time before that?
Oh, okay. So, just an idea, all right? So, for the permanent residency, it's really up to the type of permanent residency pathway that you're going to apply to. Because, for example, if you will do federal skilled or express entry, that's by point system. Okay, so you can apply that, or even Canadian Experience class, you can apply that right after graduation. Okay, so it really depends on the for the PR pathway. So for PR, it will cover the entire family. If you're single, just you. So immediate family. Okay, even if you have common partner, it will cover it. So you will always go together. Yeah.
What if I separate? Then I have first for PR using the RNIP, and then I want to sponsor my wife.
No, it will cover.
Will cover.
Yeah,
Automatically.
because it's a family.
The whole
Yeah.
family.
Even with most of the PR pathway, it will cover the family.
So there will no time for delay, waiting time. I mean, for the spouse to come to Canada.
I think that will be with the start. Like if you're going to study, and then if she will follow, or if you can go together. So it depends on how you're going to process your visa. Because
If I'm separate from my wife, it means that I come study first.
Yes,
until
you go
2 years,
first.
and then I go PR with NIP, and then my wife will be go to Canada. It
No.
will be the same, or have to wait.
So if you process your study permit or your visa,
Yeah.
your wife will follow during your studies.
After the.
Oh, you don't want your wife to follow?
I got this point.
Yeah.
I got this point. So I got your point. Jadi he wants to go single first. I don't know what his
Even during-
motivation.
Yeah,
He
even
wants to go
during
some
study.
adventure.
That's real.
Even during
true.
studies.
Ya,
Yeah.
karena pasangan punya bisnis baik gitu kan, ya yang jalan cuma satu. Gitu.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nah, ketika nanti Pak Ferry apply for permanent resident, and then permanent resident itu udah oke, langsung bisa bawa keluarga. Jadi dan oh ya, saya mau sampaikan satu hal. Dulunya Kanada itu dia bisa ketika satunya spouse, satunya study, satunya spouse ini open work permit. Open work permit ini dia bisa ajukan PR. Untuk sekarang nggak bisa. Jadi gimana pun tetap main aplikan. Jadi dari sekarang please buat kalian yang berpasangan, kira-kira siapa yang lebih chance-nya good untuk sekolah. Karena sekolah gimana pun kalian tetap, walaupun judulnya kesana mau sekolah misalnya for something else, tapi kalian harus pikirin kira-kira ini bisa lanjut nggak dengan misalnya, oh kalau kayaknya lebih cocok di yang sekolah deh, saya udah kayaknya nggak, males lah udah nggak mungkin sekolah, saya kerja aja gitu. Nah, you have to discuss with your spouse siapa yang lebih cocok untuk sekolah, karena nilai tetap berpengaruh. Jadi maksudnya di sana memang dibilang kalian sekolah ya tetap memang sekolah beneran. Nah, jadi dan nanti untuk permanent resident itu apply-nya dari main aplikan, nggak bisa dari open work permit-nya. Walaupun open work permit contohnya karirnya oke. Ya, kayak gitu. Do you want to add?
Yeah. Can I just add, in case that will happen, that your spouse will not follow you during your studies, you will be the first one to do that. Because almost all of our students who have spouses or their family, they followed or they went together. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a benefit. It's a benefit.
No.
No, because
No,
for
no.
the PR, really, it's an application for the entire
Yeah.
family. They will always consider your
Automatically.
kids, yeah, and your
Automatically.
family. Yes. So yes, even with common law partners, they will
Yeah.
include that. Yeah.
Ka-
That's how Canada works.
Okay, common law partners, anybody knows?
What's that?
Because she said common law partners
Yeah.
for several times. I wonder dari kalian tahu nggak common law partners? Jadi common law partners tuh kalau misalnya di Indonesia mungkin nggak berlaku karena kita di sini harus
There none? There is. Here?
no. In Indonesia no. We have to
Okay.
get married officially. Ya.
Okay.
Legally. Nah, sedangkan kalau di negara-negara seperti mereka, for example in Australia, in Canada, in US, in England, in Europe, ada istilah common law partner. Common law partner itu adalah tidak menikah tapi stay together minimum 1 tahun. Nah, bisa dibilang itu mereka menikah tapi tidak ada surat menikahnya, tapi ada surat common law-nya. Yang membedakan adalah ketika pasangan common law ini meninggal, harta warisannya itu jatuh ke tangan keluarganya si common law ini. Kecuali common law ini meninggalkan surat wasiat untuk si common law partnernya. Only that. Perbedaannya hanya itu. Jadi common law partner bisa dibilang sama juga kayak menikah.
Itu harus ada surat kan?
Surat common law partner. Dan bukti-buktinya memang udah stay setahun, mungkin tempat tinggal bareng, bayar bill bersama.
Yeah, but for example, then just an example. If they don't get married, like, and then you would go and then you stayed for more than 2 years, you can definitely process for the common
Yeah.
law partner. Yeah.
Bahkan ada juga yang same sex marriage. Itu bisa juga berlaku. Karena Kanada mengakuin same sex marriage. Dan pernah juga sudah sending student untuk hal tersebut. Jadi it's okay. Tapi of course mereka meritnya nggak di Indonesia ya. Oke. Haram. Oh my god. You know haram? Oh my god. Okay, any more questions?
Any more
Olivia,
questions?
you?
Yeah.
No, not. Oh, you wanna ask me personally? Okay. Okay, any more questions? Before we close this seminar and then we go to one-on-one consultation, you can choose consultation with me or with Farrellan, deeply consultation outside. No more questions?
Okay.
Is it clear enough? Clear ya? Jangan keluar dari sini lalu nanti masih ada apa yang mengganjal gitu ya. Oke, semua sekarang lagi personal question ya. Oke. Oke then. Okay, if there's no more questions, I will close this seminar, and I really appreciate for you to come here and appreciate your feedback and also your questions. All of them are amazing and very creative questions. And then I really say thank you to Farlan who come far away to Indonesia and in a tight schedule, because after this she will go to another country again to do some work, yeah. And then and then I will also say thank you to Ray and Rina also as my partner in Canada, and then especially special thanks to my team here, Mo, Cehendi, and then Ari outside who helped me doing this. Okay, thank you very much for your coming, and I'll see you again in the next event. Okay.
What is next?
Thank you.
I will tell you later, okay? I'm still arrange the schedule. Don't worry. I will always have this, okay? Okay, thank you for coming. Bye. I'll see you outside.